Jeff Vernetti. How are you, sir?
Good to be back.
Excellent. I gave you a text. I saw you were in Washington, D.C. recently, and I saw some pictures coming out, and I said, man, we need to get you on the show. We got to talk about that.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity. The Trump administration is doing things that many administrations haven't. They're actually inviting every state delegation from across the country to the White House over this whole year, I believe. And Missouri was next, so we went a few weeks ago, and about 70 representatives and senators and some of the governor's staff was there, and it was just a great look and see kind of what was going on. The timing was perfect because they had just passed the Big Beautiful Bill, and so we got a lot of insight to that and how that will work to the states. But we actually heard from 5 of his cabinet secretaries, which was just great. And there's so many things going on that affect Missouri that either Missouri is leading in or Missouri is, towards the bottom in. And we happen to hear from a lot of those secretaries that kind of affected those areas. Like one, we heard from the energy secretary.
Yeah.
Missouri has a nuclear reactor, and Missouri is trying to move towards maybe adding more nuclear. So energy was one, and then education is a hot button issue, obviously, in this state, especially with this governor. And we heard from Secretary Linda McMahon, who the Trump administration is getting rid of the Department of Education over a period of time. So it was really interesting to take what they're doing at the largest level and how it trickles down to Missouri and how Missouri fits into their plan. And to hear that firsthand, to ask questions, to understand, because we'll get constituent questions from things that we actually don't do at the state level.
Yeah.
They're federal level that comes down. So just to have, one, the insight, but two, now people that we can call if we have an issue.
Yeah.
And
you
have
know
a
them, you've
question.
met them.
Yeah, because our congressmen and senators in Missouri are at least the ones that we have that touch the lake, Alford and Onder, are so accommodating. They're very easy to work with on. You'd be amazed with the constituent questions we get, especially on things like passports. Mm-hmm. Well, I can't fix a passport issue, but we can help you fix it. And their offices have just been a joy to work with, especially on a number of issues that have touched the lake. So we can always reach those men and women, but to have someone inside the administration and people you can go to, it was very fascinating for anyone that likes politics, but more informative for the job that I have to do.
Did you get to sit down with the president?
Yeah, unfortunately we didn't. He had a cabinet meeting that day, so the secretaries were who we got to meet. We did get a tour of the White House and got a tour of Congress and got to see kind of the inside track of that. The timing was bad for us, though, because they had just passed the bill, so they gave all of Congress that week off. So our congressmen and senators actually weren't in town. So we worked more with their chiefs of staff and their staff who never get time off.
Still pretty cool, and we got some great pictures that we're showing people right now from your Facebook page. Yeah. So your first year of being a state rep in the books, did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy your first year?
Yeah, one of the things I like to say is, people ask me that question all the time, and I like to say that I slept like a baby. I cried myself to sleep every night. No, I to be honest with you, I did. There were so many things that we got to see. I really felt like this area was underserved. That's one of the reasons why I ran, and I think the support that I've received from constituents and members of, we have so many good charities here. And the fact that a lot of those folks just said, boy, it's just nice to have someone really fighting for us. We had the first ever Camden County Day at the Capitol, which we're going to do again, make that an annual event. It was great. There's challenges. Government's meant to be slow. Passing laws are meant to be difficult. So it's tough work, a lot of hours, and everyone knows what I make. It's public record. There's no money in it. And two, the social media part of it stinks, because there's a lot of, feedback from people that aren't necessarily tied into it. They see a headline and rip it apart. But no, it's not all about passing bills, but I was able to send 3 bills to the governor's desk this year that he signed. That was a high from people in my class and, for what I was able to do. And especially for this area, we haven't had someone pass any legislation for a while. So some exciting stuff, but still a long way to go. It's going to be, there's so many things moving at the state level that have come down from the federal level. I'm on budget. That was the most difficult thing because the state budget's really got to tighten up. It's going to continue to tighten up as the federal money is being cut off in so many areas. I mean, Missouri has a spending problem. There's no question about it. And so trying to fix that. Absolutely.
Okay. Do you like to talk to constituents to hear what they're thinking, feeling, seeing? How would they get in touch with you?
Oh, it's great. Yeah. No, I mean, I think that our office does a great job of getting back to people. No, we want feedback through my email and through our office there. I mean, even though we're out of session, I hear from folks constantly. I'm going to a senior center right after this meeting for a constituent issue. So no, that's my point of being out of session, is to be in the community. So if there's a community event, a meeting, a speaking engagement, or just a problem that you're having, that's what we're here for.
Okay, how do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, through our website, through house.mo.gov, you can find all my contact information, and my email is jeff.vernetti@house.mo.gov, and you can reach out to me that way. I think half the town has my cell phone number, so feel free to pass it around. But no, that's really what I'm here to do.
And you're planning on running again next year?
Yep,
right?
2026 is the next election, so gearing up for that. It's a quick cycle. You know, you basically run and you raise money and get ready to do it again, and you run all over again. But 2026 is going to be an interesting election, because obviously we don't have a presidential, we don't have the governor's race, we don't have anything major, so it's going to be issue driven. You know, abortion will be back on the ballot. The same group that initiative petitioned the Proposition A, which was getting paid time leave and minimum wage increased, is going to go back on the ballot. Unfortunately, they're going to try to make it a constitutional amendment this time. It actually has some worse provisions in there, so we've got to go after that. And there's going to be a number of issue-based things, so 2026 is going to be very important.
Always. Jeff, thanks for coming by.
Always great to be here.
Appreciate it. Jeff Vernetti, state representative representing the Lake of the Ozarks.